Peace, family. I'm watching MSNBC the other day, and this woman was talking about, she wrote a book about how to manage artificial intelligence, put guardrails around it. And I'm going to speak on managing artificial intelligence in a minute. But let me say this: artificial intelligence is a digital replica of actual intelligence. And when you look at the foundation on what you're going to draw from this organic mind to create an artificial intelligence, you must consider the source. When you look at African people, the world's original intelligence, and you look at the accomplishments that these people were able to create, the science, the math, the astronomy, the agriculture, the widespread success, the collaboration amongst their people. They were able to create their own language, their own history, the ability to feed themselves, heal themselves. They created African proverbs. They were able to create hieroglyphics to record their history and share it with others. They created their own college that's still in existence today. And this success was widespread. They were able to build huge pyramids and other statues and monuments. These pyramids were energy structures that they used to give their people free energy. This is the mindset of the Most High's original people. And when you compare that to the counterparts, white people, the only people on the face of the planet that has never developed a means to educate themselves. They had to be taught to bathe themselves. They never developed an ability to collaborate amongst each other, to uplift and provide for each other. No structures, no architecture, no hieroglyphics, nothing. You can't pinpoint anywhere on the planet where these people originally come from. You can only guess. If there ever became a time to create a artificial intelligence, me, I don't even know how you could even consider the alternative. And when you look at the characteristics of the white mind, you have to come to realize and accept the fact that this is a morbid mind, an abnormal mind, an underdeveloped mind. The thought process of how they accomplish things in life, no one in their right mind will ever consider. They thought it was okay to go across the world to take people from their land and bring them back as slaves. They thought nothing of sodomizing men, women, and children, holding them in bondage for almost 300 years. This is the mindset, the sick, twisted mindset of white people. Why would you even consider using this as a foundation for any type of. And even when you look at the history of this white mind, when white people fought against other white people to end slavery, what did they do? They elected an enslaver, George Washington, as their first president. This shows the depth and the forethought of this white mind. They have none. No letters, no complaints, no demonstration, no marching or anything from any white person who lost a husband, a brother, a son in this battle to end slavery, and then appoint an enslaver as president, and yet the slaves stayed enslaved for another 90 years. Not one letter of protest. This is the care and concern they have for their own people. And then we see after slavery ended, the torture for the blacks in this country actually began because most of the lynchings and the beatings came after slavery. And then you had what? You had white children sitting there looking in amazement as their parents tortured and terrorized and lynched black people. They sat there with glee on their faces as their parents consumed and cannibalized these free slaves. You go back to the history of education, you won't see not one letter from any teacher voicing any concern about what little Billy or what little Sally saw that Sunday, and the kids came back to class disturbed. Like I say, this is the sick, morbid mind of white people. When you look at the contributions that black people have contributed to help build and start and promote and perpetuate black businesses, and you look at the consideration that white people gave them after that, is none. Even the movie Hidden Figures, where they depicted the 5 black women that was pivotal to the space race. It wouldn't have went off the ground without them. And what did they get? A plaque. This is the sick, lack of depth, lack of vision mindset of white people. No one in their right mind will use that mind to duplicate anything that's even pretend to be intelligent. Even when Africans built the pyramids, our success, our unity, our collaboration was so vast. Pyramids were built with such an accuracy that they can't even duplicate it today. And when white people came and discovered it, still wouldn't want to give black people credit. They made up a lie stating that something had to be missing for black people to achieve these objectives. They actually said aliens came down from outer space and just helped the black people build it, because they was not around and couldn't take credit for it. Didn't want to say that this is the level of function that black people operate on their own. So they created this illusion of aliens just to say that we couldn't have did this on our own, because they don't want that image to get out. But let me say this. When it comes to safeguarding artificial intelligence, you have to consider the source. You cannot take from an abnormal mind and digitize it and put it up in the clouds, put it into your computers, put it into your homes, put it into your cars, put it into your watches, your phone, and think that it's going to improve that mind. It is not. Artificial intelligence should be an intelligence that was intended to elevate other mindsets, to be the example of intelligence. Just like God intended our people to be the example to the world. You don't put sick and demented people at the top and then have everybody else elevate to that level. You've done that already by electing a mentally morbid, unqualified person as President of the United States. And elevating him to that position did not improve his mindset either. So now, how did that work out for you? Digitizing an abnormal mind is not going to make it better, period. If you're going to create an artificial intelligence, Just go to the source and get God's original intelligence.